So, good afternoon to all of you. And first of all, I'm very much thankful to the Professor Pankaj Modak sir for having an introduction to me. And here I'm thankful to the entire team of AISSMS COE. In the morning, I have listened the inaugural function. So your principal, Dr. Bormane sir, the head of Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. Avari, the coordinator for this national FDP, Dr. Wadkar and Dr. Nangre, and the entire organizing team of faculty and students, and dear all the participants. Uh, First of all, very much thankful to the organizers for giving me an opportunity to have a discussion, I will say, with the given topic. And the entire theme for this FDP, it is related to the water resources and environmental engineering with respect to the advances. Uh, just 1 minute. Yeah, I have shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, visible, visible. Continue.
Yeah. So thank you. So coming to the about this session. So when the AISSMS Civil Department they decided to organize. So during that I had a discussion with Dr. Wadkar sir, and what is the need of present industry, or you can say government organizations. And there are so many challenges and issues are there. And one of the challenges in the domain of environmental engineering is in a solid waste management. And particularly this topic has different aspects. And one of the aspects in days to come, which is going to be get concerned, and that is the automation. Now, as we see the automation in every sector, and that is very much important. The simple example, recently, Department of Science and Technology, they have invited the research proposal in the domain of waste management and technology. So that is called as a WMT. And the last date of submission, it is having a 15th of November. And if you see the 11 thrust areas, they have given it one, and entire thrust areas, they are for the upcoming areas. And here we are writing one proposal related to the use of AI, that is artificial intelligence and smart technologies in operation and maintenance of a waste management. So during that, we came across to the this automation, and since almost 2007 onwards, I'm working in the area for the solid waste management. Uh, but considering the future need, the automation is going to play a very much important role. So today's topic is going to speak about the automation. So in my presentation, I will try to cover initially both the aspect. So what is the need of the solid waste management, and what are the things? And then coming to that automation, how it is going to be useful for the waste management effectively, then sustainably, and it is not seen as a waste, but it will be seen as a resource. So these are the things which we are going to see here. So while I was doing the preparation for this session, so I came across World Bank report, and on the World Bank there are so many options are there, and one of the option it was related to the waste. So here this article states about water waste and updated look at the future of solid waste management. Now in that they have categorized the countries into developing countries, developed countries. And in a developed countries, the scenario is somewhat different. And in a developing countries or underdeveloped countries, the scenario is different. Now, this is the photograph. It was from the Kenya, and there was an entire report what kind of problems they are facing and all these things. But overall, the scenario throughout the world, it is going to be the same. And being a engineer, we have opportunity to find the solutions. And civil engineering is the branch where we consider to utilize the maximum natural resources. So here it becomes our moral responsibility how we can take care of the environment. Uh, Now these are the points which I will try to cover into the presentation. But before moving that, uh, let me start something in a different way. So I think everyone like stories or another thing it is movies. So here there was one movie which has come a few years back, and it was Wall-E. And this movie it gives the significance of the trash or the garbage, you can say. And in this movie it has been showcased the entire earth it is on the vanishing stage, and only this robo is remaining, and there is only one plant is there. So the conversation between these two, and how they are taking care, and how this robo it is going to get managed. And this is somewhat relevant to the uh, theme of today's session, that I find it when, that is a automation in solid waste. So just I will take to that video to that 1 minute. So in this movie, entirely they have shown so many things related to the waste management, and that gives a very much alarming situation. What is going to get it happen? So yeah, is it visible, Langre sir,
Yes, visible, visible. Please
and
continue.
audible?
It is not audible actually. Video is seen, but it is not audible.
His name is. Now is it audible, sir?
Yes.
700 years into the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
mankind will leave our planet. Yeah. Leaving Earth's cleanup in the hands
Please
of.
increase the sound of video. Mari sir,
Yes, sir.
please raise the sound of the video.
His name is Wally. After all these years, he's developed one little glitch. Wow. A personality. He's extremely curious. And just a little bit lonely. But all that is about to change. To self-destruct. You are now free to move around the cabin. Mr. Trail, you look gorgeous. Yeah, sorry, sir. Yeah. Yeah. So, Namre sir, is it visible?
Ah, yes, visible, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. So, after seeing this short video of Wally E, so then second documentary it was published. In this documentary, it is a plastic ocean. So here there was one journalist, and he was doing a research on the ocean life, particularly the aquatic life. And when he was studying, he came across that there is so many pollution it was there, and particularly he find that is a plastic pollution, and how this plastic pollution is disturbing the entire aquatic life. So he has he tried to showcase it one, and over which he has considered 20 locations, and for the entire 4 years he has worked it one, and that is also available on the YouTube. So I request the participants again, you can go through that one. So it was a plastic ocean. Then coming to the third thing related to the solid waste management, there is one more documentary, the true cost of, you can say, nature indirectly. Now this documentary talks about the clothing industry, and in which they try to showcase we have a clothing industry, and even you can say a fashion industry. And one brighter side, it is having the very high fame, cost, and all these things. And other side is entirely somewhat opposite to that. You can see a darker side. So exactly where these industries they are working, the people they working, the workers, their problems, and the environmental issues with respect to the liquid and the solid waste management. So the title itself says that who pays the price of our clothing, and there are so many other issues that I tried to be reflected into that. The next another movie it comes to the which is many award that was winning, and here it is a clean bean project. This clean bean project, you can say it was a competition between the two persons, that is a Jane and the Grant, and the challenge what they have taken, who is going to produce the less, he will be the winner, and it was for the 365 days. And indirectly from that movie the message it was less is nothing but the more. So what type of things or the problems they are facing for the production of the lesser, what kind of lifestyles they are changing throughout their working things. And it was like we can say this year 2020, the positive word is nothing but something negative. Means as we know it is a pandemic situation, COVID-19, and something we say positive, indirectly that positive is not something positive, but it is taken something in the negative way. So similarly, this movie talks about how we can produce a less waste, and there are so many options are available. Then coming to the next movie, that is the fifth movie, and that is about trashed. Now this movie it is about the human mankind's consumption, and that consumption how it is going to be generates a very huge quantity of waste, and that waste is causing how many troubles, problems, impacts on the environment, that it has been taught. And being a responsible persons, how we can contribute related to this. So that has been talked about this in the movie of the trash. So actually I was having that video. These links I will share with you. So all these movies, they speaks the present situation and in days to come, what the problems related to the waste management. Now coming to some statistical information about the India. So this news article gives the information about 75% of municipal solid waste in India is dumped without the processing. Now, for example, you can say Maharashtra daily waste generated it is 22,570. Out of that, for example, Pune Municipal Corporation, it goes to the 1,400 to 1,700 tons per day. And if you see for the Maharashtra, it was only 39% it is processed. So almost remaining 61% where it goes and what it happens, and that creates so many challenges. Uh, just as an example, it is taken Indian Army sets an example of waste management and recycling, collects over like 6 empty Tetra Pak cartons in the Rajori. So there are so many initiatives it is taken by individual level, NGOs, private firms, and even at a government level. And now the government is very much keen about this waste management and all these things. So this is another example where this military, they have developed a smart facility center. So where they are effectively managing and the treating the entire waste which is generated by the commercial activities. And here, how everyone can make a smart changeover in the entire waste management. So that what we are going to see here. Yeah. Uh, as I got the statistics about 40% there are students and almost 60% there are faculty members. Now, this solid waste management is not something new. When we have taken a birth on this planet, so since that till the end, we are going to have directly the contact with this, or we are the responsible person. Though the name it is said it is a solid, not to be taken in that perspective, but actually that solid, it means it is a solid, it is having the liquid, it is a semi-liquid, even it contains the gases and all these things. And the terminology, it is having the municipal solid waste. Now, all other aspects, there are much more engineering aspects are there, but particularly this issue of the municipal solid waste, it is a management and the engineering. So why the management? There are different components are there in the entire system, and this system is going to be a very complex. And here not only the engineering aspects, but the managerial aspects is needed to have the effective solutions. And these effective solutions, they are nothing but the sustainable solutions, and they are going to be consider the economic, environmental, and social. Now, when we are going to give the considering the automation, so in that automation again, we need to consider all the aspects for this one. Now, just like in a medical firm, we say the pathological report plays a very important role in the decision making of a medicine or what kind of how it should be cured. In the same way, in a solid waste management, its characterization study or the properties plays a very important role, and accordingly, the type of treatment, the management, the automation need to be adopted. That can be a decision it will be taken. And for that purpose, these characteristics, it should be known and which may be get generated from the different sources and from the management and treatment point of view, the composition percentage, the quantity to be handled and its category. That is going to play the important role. Now, in this slides speaks about the flowchart of solid waste management. So, where from generation to the disposal. Now, for example, Pune Municipal Corporation, some of the locality where you generate it. Okay, for example, I will say AISSMS College, RTOT is the location. and the disposal yard, it is at the Uruli Devachi landfill site. So almost about 25 kilometers distance, you can say, where it is going to be get disposed. For example, Pimpri Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, it is about 15 kilometer. And this is a second diagram speaks about the hierarchy of solid waste management. So what to be done? As you can see, it is a pyramid. The prevention is the most priority to it come. Then minimization, reuse, recycling, energy recovery, and the last is the disposal. Everywhere nowadays the automation is trying for all these aspects. Okay. There are certain challenges in the present solid waste management, and these challenges, they may be technical as well as the non-technical. And here the government of India, that is they are having the initiatives Mission Clean India, under which there are so many activities it has been started. If you go even any municipal corporation website, you will get a lot of details. And here, through the scientific way, the solutions needs to be found it. But while giving us solutions, the rules and the regulations, the policies, they plays a very important role. Uh, and these policies, it is framed, for example, in India, it is framed by the under the Ministry of Environment and Forest through the Central Pollution Control Board. And for the solid waste, we are having the Solid Waste Management Rules 2016. Means when we are going to do the automation, so what it needs to be followed, or what are the some kind of expectations are there, and if it is meeting. Now, for example, you develop a vehicle, it may be two-wheeler, four-wheeler, but the emission, they are more than the permissible limit, then probably that vehicle is not going to be allowed to come into the market. The same way, these rules plays an important role for all kind of processing and the treatments. And this is available on the website of CPCB, MPCB. All these rules are available there. Now, let's see the facts about the municipal solid waste. Uh, this is about the talks about the generation with respect to the Indian. Now we are in almost 2020. It is more than 100 million tons. And if we see in a 2047, it is going to be almost 300 million tons. It is a three time. So how much it is going to be it is increased, that you can say. Then similarly, this is talks about the methane emission and the land required. Now here, the automation plays a very important role, how this land requirement, it can be minimized. So one of the factor, it is in the processing and when segregation treatment that plays. And what we are having the land now, it is 400 kilometer square, and in 2047 it is 1,400. It's almost, you can say, more than three times the land that is going to get required, and that is not available, which we know it. So for that purpose, here the technology is going to play a very important role, and due to which we are going to discuss it. Now, this picture depicts the manual segregation of the waste of the sanitary. You can say segregation of the waste into different categories: organic, inorganic, metal, inert category. But you just imagine you are standing there itself. Then what kind of health hazards are going to be there? And being a human being, human, they has to be taken on a priority. The health, the risk, that has to be taken a priority. And here, that is having the automation. Uh, now, coming to the this article, this was the article from the Florida, and here the compensation paid to the workers working in the area of solid waste operations, that was for the 4 years. This data is taken from this table. Now, if you see, the first column speaks about the type of injury, the number of claims, and total compensation, how much it is paid. Now, what this indicates, the human involvement in the entire waste management and all these things. And this has so many impacts on the human. You can say in the health point of view as well as from the risk point of view. Uh, so how we can minimize? So how human interference that can be minimized? And like this one issue, there are so many other issues. That is like a high volume of the waste. So that is a millions of tons of the waste. How it can be handled? Then it is about low environmental impact assessment. So how it can be minimized? Then economic profitability. For example, the every municipal corporation almost rupees 1,200 to 1,400 that goes only on the collection and the transportation only, and very it is about 70 to 80% of their budget of the solid waste, and hardly 20 to 20, 30% it goes on the process treatment and the disposal, and that scenario has to be changed. That is nothing but the economic profitability. Then improving the drive for the operational efficiency, how we can have. Then productivity. The waste, it will not be seen as a waste, but we can consider it as a product. Then coming to the time is a component. So how this large quantity it can be handled in a small time. So the that time factor. And the last, it is having the less manual intervention. So all these issues or the challenges gives that the automation is the need of the time. So here we come to the philosophy of the smart solid waste management, in which majority we are considering the IoT, that is Internet of the Things, and the automation. So the first picture, it depicts about the IoT system, and through the internet or the cloud system, how it can be get connected. Now you are able to see there are so many technologies that is going to be get available. Now, for example, RFID reader, that is going to be useful for the segregation, the separation, and all these things. And this gives the message, for example, the dustbin, it has been filled or not filled, 60% has been filled, and that is related to the vehicle uh, entire management optimization. And here again, these vehicles nowadays, they're having the automation, that is a GPS monitoring system and all these things. And through that, it is going to have the route optimization. So these are the different parts of the automation, you can say. Then the parking of the garage, then log sheets, then customer data center. Now, for example, every municipal corporation, they have a helpline related to the any kind of a issue. So once we put a complaint on there, that goes there, in which area that complaint is launched, whether it has been resolved or not. So that it stocks. Then when it comes to the dumping ground, then how much quantity it is coming there. So what exactly status is there, from which route it has come. So all this information is there. Then coming to the other automations which are available, the garbage bin, whether it has been filled or not. So there are load sensors are available, and the data is fed to that. And when it gets about 90%, the message is sent to the server, and that message is going to send to the again to the vehicles, and they will be going there one. So then another things about this vehicle. So many things are there with respect to the vehicle tracking system and all these things. So this is, and you can manage at a one place, from the one place. And now, like in a water and the wastewater, we have a SCADA system. So in days to come, there might be such kind of a systems, it may be coming, where the automated things, let it will get it happen. Uh, Now, again, there are 5 technologies that would change the waste management industry. So which are these 5 technology? There may be so many technologies, but just the 5 topmost priority technologies that is tried to be considered here. And these technologies, these are the 5 technologies which are considered in the automation. The first is automated waste sorter. So in India, this task is majority of it is done by the rack pickers or by the scavengers. So how it is going to be automated? So in the developed countries and particularly the Europe countries, almost 50% they have this waste segregation through the automation system, because the human available in that countries they are the wasteless. Then second, it is having the RFID tags. Uh, Now the toll plazas they are having this RFID tags. So where the scanning it is done. For example, if it is organic waste, if it is a metal, then glass, paper, plastic. So they will have typical type of a characteristics and typical type of a tagging it may be done. And through that, the segregation and the separation is going to be very easily possible. Then coming to the third option, it is the IoT sensors and artificial intelligence programs. Now, going hand in hand with the interdisciplinary branches, ENTC, computer, IT, and with that, we can develop a product. So that is IoT sensor. So here just I will add, we are writing one proposal from where we are taking the help of the IT people for the AI, then from the ENTC for the sensors, how the treatment can be done effectively, how the time can be reduced, and all these things. Because these sensors, they are going to give a data, and this data can be further used for the optimization process with the fundamental knowledge. Then computer vision programs, they are going to be useful. Then using of artificial intelligence for the smart waste management. So these are the 5 technologies that it will be coming. So here I came across one of the company that is Zen Robotics, and they specifically work in the domain of the waste recycling solutions. So they have developed so many robots, or you can say automation systems, that is for the C and D waste, that is a construction and demolition waste. For example, Pune Municipal Corporation almost 200 to 250 metric tons, that much waste is generated in the C and D waste. Then it may be a scrap metal, it may be the packaging, it may be a plastic, and they have developed a very nice robots as there. So related to this C&D waste, how they are doing a effective management. So I will share a video with you related to that. Just 1 minute.
माळी सर ते मोशन ऑप्शन एक सिलेक्ट करा.
Ha, yes, yes.
तर मागचा व्हिडिओ एवढा जरा क्लिअर नव्हता आवाज.
Okay, okay, surely, yeah. Just 1 minute, yeah. Just 1 minute. So that option.
Vedant, please tell where is the option of that motion.
Yeah. I have. Okay, now I am playing the video. Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible, but it is not audible, sir.
The audio you are not getting.
No, sir.
Okay, just 1 minute.
शेअरिंग स्टॉप करून सर परत ते व्हिडिओ आणि मोशन ते ऑन करून शेअर करा ना.
Okay, okay, surely. 1 minute.
हा.
earlier that option was visible there, but now this option is not there. It is only optimized for text and images. It is connected.
सर त्याच्या खालीच असतं, त्याच्यावर क्लिक करा ना सर, ते ओपन करा ना तो डायलॉग बॉक्स.
So yeah, I have opened it. Even optimize and तो ऑप्शन आता हे होत नाही म्हणजे ऑन नाही. I think okay, I will explain because the video actually it was a self-explanatory. I will explain the verbally. No, okay, no problem.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Just tell me whether this window is visible to you of the video.
Yes, visible.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
This video, it is about the C&D waste management and how here the robots, they are recycling. Yeah. So through this video, it was representing how the construction and demolition waste can be effectively managed. It was showcased that one. Yeah, just one minute. So is it slide is visible now? Hello, Nangre sir or Vilan?
Yes, visible, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
visible.
It is visible.
Yeah,
Visible,
thank you.
sir.
So if you go to this Zen Robotics website, so you will get the so many robots and their upcoming plans and how the technology it has been get evolved. So there was one statistical information it was given there. So in 2014, Stadled work on a project on the design uh, and the development of a robot for the separation of all this one. So they started, and after the 6 months, they come with a product. So where all these things, segregation and the separation, it was possible. So in days to come, again, so many things they will be coming in the automation. Now, if you see, this is a recycler robotic sorting station. So in which for the construction and demolition waste, how it is done, and each and everything it has been brief about that one. So for example, if you see the some points, so in a fraction, 4 fractions of the robots are there one. Peak recycle time it is only 1.8 seconds. Then they are having a different kind of models, which we have seen here again, that it is having the different kind inert, then it may be the metal, wood, then again the plastic material. So these are the different kind of a segregation and the separation it is going to possible. And once we get this segregated and the separated materials, further processing it is going to be become very useful. And as they have given this information, it is about 98% it is having the purity, and always there is a scope for the 100%. So just there was one more statement which I like: the human eye that can that which can capture or that can analyze, that may not be possible through the machinery. And yes, and due to which there is a scope for the improvement. Then it is 24-hour a day, that is continuously it is going to be work these machines, and which is not possible in the human case. Then sensors, storage, how it is going to have the screening as per the required sizes, it is going to be get it possible through this automation. Uh, then in this, how automation is revoluting the West, revolutionizing the West. So in this article, the author tried to mention so how the development has been taking place. A simple example, if we take how the West it was transferred from one place to the other place. So it was started with a human being. Then it was the animals carry the waste from one place to the other place. Then it comes to the bicycle, then it was the tricycle, then it may be a four-wheeler, and now whatever the latest available, it is a compactors, which do so many things. And in days to come, there may be some vehicles. So while transferring from one place to the other place itself, the treatment it will occur. And that is going to be the beauty of the automation with the help of science and the engineering. Now, here again, there's some components of the smart solid waste management, which is under the Swachh Bharat or the Sundar Bharat. Now, here it starts from the source, right? That is an identification. Then here it is having again the refuse compactor. Now, this compactor plays an important role. Means suppose this compactor is not there, the ordinary truck, tractor, or any vehicle that is needed almost 3 to 4 trips from this place to this place. So whenever there is a compactor, there is only one trip is going to be sufficient to carry the entire. It is a high heavy loaded trucks they are going to be available. So this compactor plays, and where they have done this kind of automation. Then it comes to the compost facility, or you can say a treatment facility. Then in a transfer station, even in a transfer station, the segregation and the separation. For example, Pune Municipal Corporation, they were having the transportation at a Katras. Almost 9 to 11 locations are there of the transfer, and where the waste coming from the nearby area. So how it can be effectively transferred, their entire management and all these things. So here it needs automation. Then this garbage collection vehicles, and the last it is to the disposal site. Some of these small automations that is going to be a possible, which is reflected here. The simple example you can take. Now, for example, apartment schemes are there. So mostly either they are having a garbage chutes. If it is a garbage chute is there, then only then it is thrown from the respective floors and that will get collected at the bottom. But if it is collected to be a manually, the watchman or the one person who is going to be appointed for that one. So he has to visit to the every home. Instead of that, there will be some alarming system that whether the dustbin it has been filled or not, and based upon that there will be a message it will come ready to collect, and then waste is how much it is, 70% filled or 80% is filled, and according to the once the message is sent, then that person it will come. The similar kind of an approach it has been applied to the municipal corporations, and they get the message. Sometimes whatever the routes they have decided, it may be a daily, but due to the certain suppose festivals, the dustbin is overflowing. So in that such cases, here it can be used. Now here the R&D or the research scope is a lot. So how these sensors, the technology or the unit which will be withstanding the different kind of environmental conditions, the bad conditions, the working conditions, how you can make a robust. That is going to be a challenging here. Now, here these pictures, it is about, it is a smart bin system it is there. Now these smart bins, they represents the location of the bin, okay, how much is the, which category it is there, right, then how much is the capacity, and the last it is the needs. So nowadays when you go to the any kind of a mall or even in a big medicals, now they are having all the data. Now for example, you go any kind of a mall, and if you want to have example for a soap, so in the entire mall how many soaps are there, what is the location, which company, how much they are having, like this entire on just one click they get the information, and how much they need to purchase it one. The similar kind of information nowadays it is going to be possible in a solid waste. So where use of this automation it is going to be possible, and through that you can effectively manage it. And here the resource management is going to be very useful. Then the same thing it is about collection. That is a smart collection vehicle systems. So that is having a fuel saving, then traffic problem saving, the cost economic saving, and all these things. So where there are some remote regions are there, or where the vehicles it is not possible. For example, in a Pune, there is one Swachh organization. So they working all the aspects of the municipal solid waste management. And in that case, these aspect NGOs or the human interference is obviously again needed. But again, how in that complex system it can be minimized, that thought can be given. Now coming to the next system, what we are going to see here. Yeah, before that, we get a water. How? It is through the pipeline system. So water treatment plant, ESR, and water distribution network, and your tap, you get a water. How does sewage go to the sewage treatment plant? You have toilets, bathrooms, basins. You have pipe network connection. It goes to the sewer line, and from the sewer line, it goes to the corporation line. And this is one of the concept of the pneumatic waste collection system. So where the intermediate thing, the collection, storage, transfer, and all these things, they may not be needed. So here, the simply you put into this bin, and automatically it will go to the, either it is a processing center or it will go to the disposal yard. Now let's see this video.
Domestic waste by the automated waste collection system. Waste includes bio, mixed, carton
So here you have got the idea how this effective is going to be there. So just few years back, one of the discussion with the students that I want to share here. Now this is an entire underground system. Now particularly for the hilltops or where there are the very hilly or the valley areas are there, we have a concept of a ropeways. So whether that ropeways concept, is it possible to use it that one? So where like a few days back there was one video on the WhatsApp that you, when you are sitting in the hotel and what you order, that automatically it comes to your table through the robotic action, and none of the there was a waiter or like you can say. So is it possible that when we keep this waste outside, automatically these vehicles or some mechanism it will come, they will pick up and all this they will carry. I think human imagination plays a very important role, and that is going to be possible with the help of this technology. Uh, with coming to the one more information, recycling of a plastic, resource efficiency with an optimized sorting medium. Now what this table speaks, it is about the segregation and the separation of the particular plastic waste. And this plastic waste, whenever it is segregated, it can be further used for the different purposes. Now, for example, the first second column, it speaks manufacture about 5.5 million HDPE bottles per year from the 100% recycled material from the yellow bag. So this was one of the from the video in which the recycling it was stopped, and about that they take recycled HDPE, and through that how much this much is the material saving from the new material. So indirectly it is a resource saving, you can say. The energy saving it is about 19%, and how much CO2 savings that is going to occur. So this is going to be get described here. So similar way, what the segregation, separation, which is going to be get achieved. So this is going to be a lot useful. So this is about the transfer and the transport. So what the automation is going to be, they need to follow the rules and the regulations. So what I said, they must be covered, traffic timings. So that will be taken into the cognizance, the GPS, the capacity, and all these things. Yeah. Now the automation, again, it is now it is coming to the, I will say, even in a treatment. Now, for example, treatment of organic waste that is generated from your household activities. Now, what is the automation? Earlier, it was the vermicomposting or windrow composting. Now, that takes the time from 7 days to from 1 week to the 2 weeks. That time is going to be take. So, how this time can be minimized? The composting is a biological process, and that entirely depends upon the size of the particulate matter. And if you reduce this size, and if you have some catalyst or the enzymes, then it can be possible. Now here you can see this is a machinery where you just put up the waste into that, and it will have the crushing, then it will have the enzymes that is going to be added, and it is a thermostatically controlled. So you are going to maintain the thermophilic condition, and at a thermophilic condition for 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, the rate of degradation it is going to be a very faster. And what the compost is produced in a 7 to 14 days. Instead of that, it may be in a 2 days or 1 day. Now the research is going on. Is it possible to that compost it can be produced in some fractions of hours? Is it going to be possible? And in that case, obviously this automation, that whatever the physical, chemical, and the biological parameters are there, so how the process you can enhance, so that is going to be possible. Now coming to the another aspect, that is for the biogas. Now it is an anaerobic condition, and this is a very much sensitive process. And for example, one of the sensitive parameters, suppose I take it is a pH is an a parameter, and that pH it should be between 6.5 to the 8.5. So how I can get the information? So I will have some monitoring sensors, data acquisition system. I will be controlling here, and through that, again the rates can be faster. It can be achieved this one. Even it is having the treatment of the garden waste. Now here it is a OWC, organic waste compactor. Again this. In our Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering campus, we got Swachhata ranking award, third rank at a national level in non-residential campus. Now we are having the facility of the waste management. So when we were providing, I came across this entire the process, and we purchased the shredder. Now this shredder, for that we gone to the Mumbai, and there is one company, they only manufacture only the shredder. So what kind of a material, it may be the C&D waste, any kind of a material, they are having all kind of a shredder. Now this shredder plays an important role. Even for this slaughterhouse, they have developed a shredder. So here it was an entire automation. So you just put from the one side, and from the other side, you will get it one. So which is much more involved. Mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, ENTC, each and everything is there one. But that automation is going to be get a useful a lot. Then coming to the disposal of the waste, I think that is the last approach, and for that sanitary landfill it is in there. Now what kind of automation is going to be possible? And that automation, it is through the data acquisition system. Now for example, this is a sanitary landfill, that work it is going on. These are the geosynthetic liner, proper slope and stability it has been provided here. And once it is going to be get it close, now whatever the inside happening, you should know. For example, whenever any kind of a patient it is in the ICU, बऱ्याच वेळा आपण ICU मधला पेशंट बघितलेला असते, त्याला वेगवेगळ्या काहीतरी चिटकवलेलं असते. So many veins are there, and there is a monitoring system. So through that, what kind of medicines to be given, so what kind of measures to be taken, all these things you can get. The similar way, all these sensors, automation, clouding, which comes under operation and maintenance, that part. So is going to be possible here. Then along with this automation, just I want to say the public awareness is very important role. You can, some of you, you can see the TED Talks related to the waste management. And there are so many things it has been get discussed about that one, and how individually we can contribute, and again how we can become a role model in the entire waste management. So that can be seen. Okay, this is one of the case study of the India's the cleanest city, which all of you know, the Indore Municipal Corporation, and they are bin free, litter free, and the dust free, in which they have taken a help of various technologies for the effective management of the waste. And almost the area it is 275 square kilometer, and the population it is about 27.5 lakhs, and the waste generation it is 1115 metric tons. And this was the model of the municipal solid waste management for the Indore Municipal Corporation. And if you see in this, everywhere for every component, they are having automation or the sensors, clouds, and all. This is a ICT based interventions. There are so many these activities. Then about this plastic waste management, how the separation they are doing it one. Okay, so everywhere, then this is a mechanized road sweeping activity. So this is again one of the component of the solid waste management, that is a collection, this one. So let's see this video. Sir, is it visible and audible?
स्वच्छता के लिए हर संभव प्रयास किए, जिसमें जब कचरा पृथक्करण का एक आदर्श मॉडल देश और विश्व के सामने प्रस्तुत किया, और इन कार्यों के लिए इंदौर नगर निगम ISO 14001:2015, ISO 9001:2015 OHSAS 18001-2007 सर्टिफिकेशन प्राप्त करने वाला देश का एकमात्र म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है। आज इंदौर शहर के 85 वार्डों में 477 डोर टू डोर कचरा वाहनों द्वारा केवल गीला व सूखा कचरा ही संग्रहित किया जा रहा है। घरों से एक बार वो व्यावसायिक प्रतिष्ठानों से दिन में 2 बार कचरा संग्रहण करने वाले इन वाहनों के मेंटेनेंस के लिए इंदौर नगर निगम ने एक अत्याधुनिक वर्कशॉप की भी व्यवस्था की है, जो कि पूरे देश में अपनी तरह की एक अनोखी वर्कशॉप है। डोर टू डोर कचरा वाहनों में गीले व सूखे कचरे के लिए अलग अलग कंपार्टमेंट के अलावा जैविक कचरे के लिए एक पृथक कंपार्टमेंट की व्यवस्था भी की गई है, जिसमें सैनिटरी पैड्स, डायपर्स, मेडिकल वेस्ट आदि को डाला जा सके। कचरा वाहनों में वार्डों से कचरा इकट्ठा कर ये वाहन चल पड़ते हैं ट्रांसफर स्टेशन की तरफ। ट्रांसफर स्टेशन में एक बड़े कैप्सूल वाहन में इन गाड़ियों के कचरे को कंप्रेस करके ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है तथा जैविक कचरे को एक अलग वाहन में ट्रांसफर कर सावे रोड स्थित जैव व चिकित्सा अपशिष्ट निपटान संयंत्र पर भेजा जाता है, जहां इसे इंसिनरेशन की प्रक्रिया द्वारा जलाकर बची हुई राख को हजार्डस वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट करने वाली कंपनी को दे दिया जाता है। इधर गीले व सूखे कचरे से भरे कैप्सूल वाहन चल पड़ते हैं ट्रेंचिंग ग्राउंड की तरफ। ट्रेंचिंग ग्राउंड पहुंचने के बाद इन कैप्सूल वाहनों को तोल कांटे में तोलने के बाद अपने निर्धारित स्थानों पर ले जाकर खाली कर दिया जाता है। इसमें गीले कचरे को खुले में रखा जाता है ताकि इस वेट वेस्ट की नमी कम हो जाए, जिसके लिए इस कचरे से रिसने वाले लिचट के लिए ड्रेनेज लाइन की व्यवस्था की गई है। इस गीले कचरे को समय समय पर मिक्स कर पलटाया जाता है। साथ ही दुर्गंध रोकने तथा कंपोस्टिंग प्रक्रिया बढ़ाने वाले जीवाणुओं की वृद्धि के लिए उपयुक्त छिड़काव भी किया जाता है। 28 दिन बाद इस वेस्ट को कंपोस्टिंग प्लांट पर आगे की प्रक्रिया के लिए ट्रांसफर किया जाता है, जहां इस कचरे से गुणवत्तापूर्ण खाद का निर्माण होता है। इस कंपोस्टिंग प्रक्रिया में बचे हुए इनर्ट वेस्ट को लैंडफिलिंग हेतु भेजा जाता है। निगम द्वारा पुराने पड़े हुए कचरे को बायोरेमेडाइजेशन पद्धति के माध्यम से निपटान संबंधी कार्य भी किया जा रहा है। इससे निकलने वाले इनर्ट वेस्ट को लैंडफिल साइट में डाला जाता है। बायोसॉइल, जिसमें उर्वरक क्षमता भी होती है, को भूमि पर बिछाकर उसमें बगीचे एवं पेड़ों के जंगल विकसित किए जा रहे हैं। ट्रेंचिंग ग्राउंड में रैक पिकर्स एवं कबाड़ियों को भी मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटी में जोड़कर उनका रोजगार सुनिश्चित किया गया है। रैक पिकर्स, जो कि पहले खुले में पड़े कचरे से रैक पिकिंग का काम करते थे, उन्हें रोजगार देते हुए सूखे कचरे को सेग्रीगेट करवाया जाता है। इस सूखे कचरे में ई वेस्ट वो फुटवेयर तथा चमड़े व गत्ते के उत्पादों को पुनः उपयोग लायक बनाने के लिए कबाड़ियों के माध्यम से रिसाइकल करने वाली कंपनियों को दे दिया जाता है। पॉलीथीन व बचे हुए प्लास्टिक उत्पादों को ट्रेंचिंग ग्राउंड पर प्रोसेस किया जाता है, जिसमें प्लास्टिक उत्पादों को विभिन्न प्रक्रियाओं से प्रोसेस कर डामर सड़कों के निर्माण में उपयोग किया जाता है तथा पाइप एवं सीमेंट निर्माण करने वाली फैक्ट्रीज को भी दिया जाता है। डोर टू डोर वेस्ट कलेक्शन के अलावा मंदिरों से निकलने वाले निर्माल्य से जैविक खाद, सब्जी मंडी से निकलने वाले कचरे के निपटान के लिए बायोमीथेनाइजेशन प्लांट, होटल व रेस्टोरेंट से निकलने वाले फूड वेस्ट से कंपोस्टिंग तथा गार्डन्स में लगे कंपोस्टिंग प्लांट, साथ ही रात में मैकेनिक क्लीनिंग करने वाली आधुनिक सेक्शन मशीन्स और हर वक्त ग्राउंड पर मुस्तैदी से तैनात अधिकारी व कर्मचारी इंदौर की सफाई व्यवस्था में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दे रहे हैं।
So let's come to the end point after seeing this video. So through this video you got the idea how effectively the waste management it has been done for the Indore city. So somewhat I want to say that being a sensible human beings that we need to introspect for the waste management point of view. And here we should consider the waste as not the waste, but we should consider it as an resources. So obviously there are going to be challenges and the issues are going to be there. But these challenges and the issues, they are going to give the opportunities and just like this COVID-19 has given an opportunity for the online learning, online teaching. They're at your own place, you are there, and I'm here. Until we are having an interaction. So this kind of opportunities we are going to get it through the issues. So with this, I will come to the end, and these are some references. Thank you, all of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mari sir.
So there are a few questions in the chat box.
Yeah.
Shall I read it out? Yeah. So sir,
Yes.
Vipul Sonavane asked, will segregation, recycling and eco-innovation solve the problem of growing rubbish dumps?
Right, huh? Hello?
Yes, sir. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So I'll repeat the question. So will segregation, recycling and eco-innovation solve the problem of growing rubbish dumps?
Just one minute. I think
Yes, sir.
I think the question is related to the dumping site. It is there.
Yes, sir.
Will segregation, recycling, and eco-innovation solve the problem of growing rubbish dumps? Okay. So I think yes, I do agree with this, but there is still some few percentage is going to be get remain, and for that the dumps they are going to be get required. This some few examples that I want to tell. There are so many plastic categories are there, but till there are some plastic categories which is not considered into the recycling. Another example, if I take a biomedical waste, as per the laws, they have the incineration system, but at the end, the ash is remaining, and that ash is considered as a hazardous point of view. So for which you need a rubbish, you cannot say it is a dumps. Just related to this, I will say nowadays, as we are having a human values and the ethics, so similarly, every activity and every place has its own significance. So when I have discussion with one of my faculty, Dr. Ganesh Rathod, he was working in the South Africa for so many years. And they were also saying that it is a dump or open dump. Then the objection it was taken by the people. So you can't say it is a dump or open yard. They stated it is as a processing facility center. Okay, so here these disposal yards, obviously it is going to be needed because there is some fraction, some percentage, it is going to be remain. 100% it may not be possible, though we do the segregation, recycling or eco-innovation, we do, but till some percentage is remaining. Yeah, hope so I answered. If you have any further clarification, Vipul, Sonuni, I will can have that.
Okay, sir. Next question is from Vadkar, sir. Yeah, sir asked, should any automation available to separate organic and inorganic waste from combined waste? I think, is any automation available? Yeah.
Automation
for separating organic and inorganic waste from combined waste. Yeah.
Yes, it is possible. It is available. So if I have the mixed waste, which is in a complex, where I can say paper, plastic, metal, rubber, even the organic waste, it is there. So segregation is going to be possible. Now what I discuss about for example, RFID technology and sensor technology, particularly the RFID technology, it is going to be possible. I was having one video which I have not shared here, but it is available on the YouTube. So in that, what video it is done, the entire mixed waste is there. And there are some sensors they segregate and only that is going to be picked up. So it is possible.
Okay, sir. So next question we have in the chat box is, what are the initiatives taken by government for SWM in rural India?
I think this is a very nice question. Mostly whatever the solid waste cities talk about the urban areas or the metropolitan cities, as they are, these problems, they are visible and they have come on the surface also. When it comes to the rural area, the government, they are having it from the Ministry of Environment and Forest. There are plans to be made at a district level and they reaches to the, for example, my native place is in a Kasegao, which is a village place, you can say, having a population about 15,000, like that. And whatever nearby areas, we are having a smaller population. Now we are having a waste collection facility. There is a waste segregation also, means some compost yard are also there. The inorganic, their separation. And similarly, there is some places reserved that you can say it is a processing center or it is in a scientific way disposal. So this kind of a planning is needed. Even just I will tell one more information. Uh, it was in the 2004, one of my student, now she is working in a Pune Municipal Corporation. So as you know, almost 14 villages, now they have come into the Pune Municipal Corporation. They were earlier in the village. Now she is preparing the plan from the solid waste management point of view, because earlier they were in a gram panchayat or the that. Now what kind of a planning is needed? So all the guidelines are available on the documented. Even there are certain rules and regulations. For example, MSW 2000 rules. Now updated version MSW 2000 rules has been come. So these are the some measures it is taken by the government. Hello.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Uh, that's it, sir. Those were the questions from the chat box. Yeah. I think we'll take a photograph. Yeah. Everyone, please turn on their videos. We'll just take a photograph. And if anyone has any more questions, please drop them in chat box till we take a photograph.
Yeah, I think there is one more question is there, but that we can take after the even the photograph also.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Gunwan Patil, I think he is.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And I think we should take that question because he has written a very long, good, yeah.
Yes, sir. We'll just click a photograph and then we'll
Yeah,
post this
sure.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, please turn on your videos. Okay, sir. Done. Yeah.
Thank you. Will you read it or shall I read?
Yes, sir. I'll read it, sir. I'll read it out loud. Yeah. Gunwan Patil sir says, we always talk about environment and to protect it, we don't need any machinery, chemicals, robots, and automation. Why we engineers forget this? We are following technologies of countries where there is less sunlight, less manpower, and less plantation. Also, nature, their garbage is totally different from our country. We must focus on technologies of our countries, which we have totally ignored. Solid waste management should be done at source itself. That is, it should be decentralized. Uh, Vengurla Municipal Council. Yeah, I guess that's the place. And sir continues, rack pickers, manpower utilization, if trained properly, can do miracles in waste segregation. Wet or green waste can be easily treated and converted into rich compost manure without bad odor, fumes, using biocatalyst, eco-chip technology, and bioculture. Kolhapur Zoom project, Ulhasnagar dumping ground and Igatpuri dumping treatment using above mentioned technology are some success stories. Yes, sir.
So I think what he wants to say, really appreciate to the Gunwan Patil what you have said. I do agree with this one. Now this depends on, as I said, there are certain parameters. The first is the quantity. The second, it is the composition. the third, it is having the complexity, how much it is going to be available. Now we do agree why this issue has been come. Just I will share the story of rules and the regulations. uh, MSW rules, it has come into the year 2000. And if you see earlier, all other rules, Air Act, Water Act, Battery Act, all other acts, they're from 1970s are there. And MSW rules, it comes into the year 2000. So while that is again a fight of a lady of Almitra Patel. And in Bangalore, that case was happened. I think I do agree. All these technologies, and if we manage at our own level. So what I try to showcase the first 5 videos to you, they're very alarming. And being a human being, how in some of the cases we are irresponsible behavior, and that creates these huge problems. So when I say the quantity is very huge, okay, a simple example, if I can take, our home, we are having 4 or 5 people, agree. But when it comes to the market yard, for example, you can say Pune, Pimpri, and when we take a Mumbai market yard, it is a very huge market yard. Uh, yes, it is possible 100% involvement of the people, but if it is some percentage, if it is gets ignored, then some mixing is occurring and all these things, and that's create a problem. And handling such kind of a large problems, the automation is needed. So that was needed. And even this automation is going to be have generation of a new kind of a job opportunities, employabilities, and all this. I'm not saying I'm not against of all these existing if they are doing a very effectively. But here the care, what I was highlighting, the Florida case, the charges paid by that corporation against, because everywhere the human involvement is there, and the health and the risk, they're the important one. And if that care is taken, I think it will be a really good, what they want to say, it is a miracle. Yes, it is there, but it was, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Modak sir, yeah, are you there?
Yes. Thank you, Mani sir, for explaining the things very nicely, very clearly, and how we can manage the solid waste and how we can do the automation, and with which we can dispose of the waste in proper, efficient way. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
The feedback link.
Thank you, Mali sir. Thank you, Mali.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hi sir, thank you very much. You are nicely presenting solid waste management.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for giving an opportunity to have an interaction and new learning.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mali sir. Bye.
Thank you, Parekar sir. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Natraj sir, are you there? Natraj sir? Natraj sir, are you there in program? Patki sir?
So Natraj sir, audio is not connected. Yeah.
Not coming. Patki sir is there? Patki sir?
Yes, sir, he is there. I'll unmute him. Yeah.
Patki sir? Patki sir? Hello?
So, sir is unmute. Yeah.
Patki sir? Patki sir, are you there? He is not Patki.
वेदांत सर्व झाल्यानंतर उद्याची अनाउन्समेंट कर.
Yes, sir.
Okay, after the completion, announce the tomorrow's schedule.
Yes,
Vedant.
sir. Yes, sir. I have posted in the chat box tomorrow's schedule. Yeah, if anyone wants to go through. Tomorrow we'll start at 9:30 a.m. The link will be shared to your registered emails and in the Telegram group also.
Okay, for day one, I am very much thankful to all the participants. They have given the valuable time for us, and similarly, the same cooperations we'll hope on the next day now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mari sir.
Thank you, sir.
Mari sir, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hari sir, thank
Avari
you.
sir is there. Avari sir is there.
Hari sir,
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Avari sir.
thank you. मी दुसऱ्या नावानं लॉग इन आहे म्हणून लक्षात नसून आलं.
हा सर, मगाच्याने बघत होतो, फक्त माझ्या लक्षात आलं नाही, म्हणजे ते आय वॉज जस्ट सर.
नाही मी दुसऱ्या नावानं लॉग इन होतो.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity and having a nice interaction. There was very good questions was there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So, shall I end from my side?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
सर क्लोज करा
हा बोला सर. पारेकर सर नमस्ते.
नमस्कार. लिव्ह करायचं ना?
हा चालेल सर, चालेल. पत्की सर आहेत का? पत्की सर
नाही हो
पत्की सर
करत
काय
आहेत ते.
नाही करत वगैरे. चालेल सर, थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
थँक्यू. सकाळी विसरून गेलो मी. उद्या शेड्यूल
नाही असू दे सर, होतं सर काय.
शनिवार रविवार.
हो चालायचं. पण तुमचं एक ठीक आहे
आवारी
सर.
सरचा कॉल आला होता. आवारी सरचा कॉल होता. मग मला स्ट्राईक झालं. म्हणलं काही गडबड झाली का म्हणून मी चेक केलं तर आजच होत होते.
हॅलो
अच्छा.
पालकर सर,
हा सर.
उद्या शनिवार आहे हा.
हो.
नाही शनिवारी आपल्यासाठी वर्किंगच असतोय.
चालेल.
उद्याची
आणि योग
meeting
म्हणजे
5 वाजता
सरांनी आज
घ्या.
फोन केला त्यावेळेस पूजाच करत होतो मी.
पारेकर सर,
हा.
उद्याची मीटिंग 5 वाजता घ्यायची आहे.
हा चालेल.
घ्या सर.
3:30 संपते ना.
3:30 संपतंय ना.
मग 4 घेऊ की लगेच.
चालेल ना.
काय अर्धा तास जास्त नाही.